23rd, 2019. It's time again for my bi-weekly update. So let's get to it. This is a new one. The Hoya Kerri Albomarginata, which is a variegated Hoya Kerri. Just got this from an Etsy shop, and unfortunately it came with this tear right here, but nonetheless I love it. I'm crazy about it, and I can't wait for it to grow into a plant. Next up is my aloe vera. I don't know how to get this plant to make a comeback. It's doing well. It's got new growth, but the damage it suffered over the winter and from my underwatering it hasn't recovered yet. I don't know if it ever will recover. Hope you guys can see that. But if anyone knows how to make this plant recover, I'd appreciate it in the comments. But yeah, here's the new growth. 2 weeks ago, I think we were just under my knuckle, and now we're definitely past my knuckle. So I'm happy about that. Haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do with this metal planter, but my thoughts are either do some sort of herbs or a surprise plant that's in the mail and will be posted in my next video. Hopefully, can't wait to get it. The succulents are doing well. They are just loving the grow light, and I love the color on them. These string of pearls have been very difficult to grow, and not sure if they will ever survive. But they're there, and they're getting their light, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, so next up is my Black Mission Fig. And this plant has also suffered in the past few weeks. It's lost a lot of leaves. Not sure why, but I'm crossing my fingers because I would really hate to lose it. And I am hoping that it starts to put on some fig buds. Maybe something over here. I don't know. Looks like there's a little bud there. And let's keep an eye on that and we'll see what happens. But otherwise, it's you know, putting out some shoots here. And where's the other one? The other one is attempting to put out shoots, but I don't think it's getting enough light. But I really hope it survives. Alright, then we got my Yucca. My Yucca tree. It's been putting out new leaves like crazy. All this is light green leaves are new. Just happy. My Stromanthe Triostar also putting out new shoots and is really happy here. This is a new shoot. It's opening up right now. And here's a tiny one that's coming out. This plant, they say, is hard to take care of indoors because of all the dry air in the winter. And my humidity levels get to as low as 8–10%. I don't have a humidifier down here, but I do mist my plants every day. And it seems happy. I don't see any crispy edges on it. So I'm quite happy. I do love its variegation, and I do love the pink and the purple from underneath. And it is a prayer plant, so its leaves do drop down during the day and then they go back up at night. Behind the Stromanthe over here is my bird's nest, and it is also putting out new shoots. This one is a new one right here, unfurling. This one was a recent one that just unfurled and it's growing like crazy. And then we have the big one back here and another big one over here. It also likes a lot of humidity. It likes the soil moist. I do only water these two once a week. Actually, I water all my plants as needed once a week, not necessarily once a week. Because of the moss that I have on top, it tends to retain moisture in the soil, so I've been reducing the watering, not necessarily every week. I do feel the soil. If it does feel dry to me, then I do water. But I think the moss is helping a lot, retaining that moisture in the soil, and they're growing really well. I do mist it every day. My Peperomia Obtusifolia is right here next, and it has very thick rubbery leaves. I love the variegation on it. This one likes to dry out between waterings, and I have taken a few cuttings off of it, and you can see a new growth coming over here already. The one cutting that I took, I did place back here. So this one over here is a cutting that had rooted in my last video. I did plant it in here just to get this spot a little bit full. And then the other cutting is right here. I took this cutting about 2 weeks ago, so it hasn't rooted yet. But it should be on its way. Most likely I wanted to start a new plant in a new pot, but I think this pot here would appreciate more fullness, so I think I might add it to this. Alright, moving down the shelf, I have some Pothos cuttings that I'm trying to root so I can propagate, and then I have my Jade Pothos, Golden Pothos. If you guys know the variety of this Pothos here, I think it is a golden. But if I'm wrong, please correct me. Okay, and then I have another Enjoy Pothos in this pot, and then back here I have my beautiful Hoya Crimson Queen. Just love the pink and white leaves on it. I'm just in love with this plant. I have a total of 3 of these and I can't get enough of it. Alright, my Sansevieria Dwarf Samurai. It's so cute. Alright, moving down the shelf, I have all my cuttings down here. Over here, I have my fig cutting. This is a black Madeira fig, and man, it is growing like crazy. The leaves have gotten so big since past 2 weeks. I was so scared that it wouldn't adjust to this location, but it's doing well, and it gets about 8 hours of grow light per day. I don't water it that much, and it is on its way. Love it. This one is another fig cutting, a black Madeira fig cutting that I think is dead, but I just don't have the time or the heart to throw it out yet. Next is my pineapple sage. This was growing so well. I don't know what happened. Past 2 weeks, its leaves started to brown and die, and I think what's remaining is dead. I'm giving it this time to see if it will somehow miraculously recover. You know, it made it through the winter, and then so close to spring, it just started to die. Just broke my heart. And then next to it, right there, is my wax begonia cutting that I propagated from last summer. It's doing well. We'll keep an eye on it. And then right down here is my Arabian Jasmine, which is growing real nice, and I see a big difference in the size of its leaves from just the past 2 weeks. They are getting big, and I'm excited to see this baby flower. I just love the scent of jasmine. Although it blooms overnight and the flower only lasts for 1 day and I'm never home to see or enjoy it, I still love it. All right, moving on to this propagation station, I guess you can call it. I have my Alyssum seedlings, which I started on, well, I guess it was 2 weeks ago. I don't remember now. I do have the date here. Let's check that out. Was started on March 18th. So yeah, just about 2 weeks ago. They are taking off. My goodness, look at that. Doing well. I do miss these every day since they are baby plants. And I can't wait to put them outside in my pots. Now, this one here, I have Maltese cross seedlings in it, and still no action. I do not see any sign of germination. I've never been successful germinating a Maltese cross. I mean, once I came close, I had one seed that did germinate, but it eventually died and nothing happened. So I'm not very optimistic about this one, but I'm letting it do its thing. And then over here, I have basil in these two that I'm growing from seeds as well. And I do keep this box closed to retain the humidity. All right, and then over here I have my Nasturtiums, which I also started from seeds. I started them way too early, and now they're the vining type, so now they're just, you know, falling all over the place. These are new seeds that are coming in right here. And I can't wait for transferring them outside to my pots. In maybe another week or two, hopefully it should be ready. Weather's been kind of cold still, although spring has begun. All right, so moving on. Another Hoya Crimson Queen down here, doing well and happy. Just love these white leaves on it. And this one, I tend not to water unless the soil is completely dry, and then I give it a good watering. So what do you guys think about these long vines here? I know that you're not supposed to cut them because that's where the new growth comes in, but they do somehow, I don't know, they bother me that they just look like this. And I like the plant full and nice and bushy and compact. And then I get these like really long and lanky vines. I don't know. I guess it comes with the territory with this plant. All right, next up is my lucky bamboo. Nothing new here, nothing exciting. It's doing its thing and it's happy. All right, and then we have another Hoya Crimson Queen. Yeah, I'm crazy about this one, can you tell? And I just love this pink leaf right here. It's to die for. This one has put on a lot of growth since I've got it. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, all new growths. And then this one, the purple leaf here, this one and this one were 2 weeks ago, were just little tiny ones. And look at this growth. I have another pink one right there. Just gorgeous. And this one I love more than the other two because it's got so many white leaves that I don't know, I just can't help but admire. Love this plant. And it's starting to vine out like the other one now. It didn't have this long vining leaves when I got it, but I guess that's what this plant is supposed to do, so I'm letting it do its thing. All right, and then next up I have Variegated Peperomia Guinea, or Rainbow Peperomia as they call it. Very succulent leaves. Again, I don't water it unless its soil is dry, and not necessarily every week. I let the soil dry. I do have a flower coming in right here, and I see another one that's starting to come in right there. Again, love the variegation on this one, and I love its pink edges. I just think it grows great with the vignette colors that I have going on here. And then here I have my bamboo cuttings. I'm seeing new growth. This is a new leaf, and that is a new leaf. So I'm happy about that. And then here to the left, I have my ZZ plant. And to the right, I have my Sansevieria Bantel Sensation. These guys don't get a lot of light, so I don't anticipate that they will grow very fast, but I do love them. I don't see any new shoots on this one since I've gotten it. I have another one upstairs in my bedroom and it's putting out like 4 new shoots, but that one is getting a lot more light than this one is. I do see some yellow shoots here that are rotting, so I'm gonna pull that out. See that? That's a rotted leaf. No good. And then this is my beautiful Bantel sensation, Sansevieria. I just love the striping on this plant and the variegation. I'm gonna keep a close eye on this one because I don't want this one to lose its variegation since it doesn't get enough light. It does get early morning light, maybe about half an hour worth. I don't know if that is enough or not. Anyone knows, please leave a comment. Moving on. Over here, I have my spider plant, and it looks nice and full in this planter. And the baby is growing. Look at that. It's growing. That is a good thing. Since this is in my entry and there are no windows here, I do move this one every 2-3 days to a brighter spot just to get it to get some light so it doesn't lose its variegated leaves. And then at the end of the day, I do bring it back here. Watering every week and misting every day. And then next to my entry door here, I have another Sansevieria, Zeylanica. And this one I water every 3-4 weeks. It likes to dry out between waterings. Unfortunately, this one has not grown at all since I purchased it, which was about a year ago, and that is because it is not getting any light. This is not a new growth. This has been like that since last year. Perhaps this one next to it is a new growth. But I do accept the fact that it's not growing. I don't really care for this one to grow too much. I'm happy just the way it looks in this corner. I'm happy that I do have a plant in this corner that has survived this condition. It is very dark in this entry. There are no windows, and this one has survived. I do have 2 plants upstairs in my bedroom, and this is the ZZ plant that I have in my bedroom. It gets indirect light, not necessarily so bright. Probably in the late afternoons it gets bright, but it has been putting on a lot of new shoots. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is starting to open up, and 5. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to see. Yeah, right there. 5, 6. Oh my God, this plant is just taking off. And I am so happy about that. Great for giving back oxygen in the air, especially at night, help you breathe throughout the night. And then the last plant I have, trying to get the lighting with next to the window here is kind of difficult, but it is a Pothos and Joy. And it is hanging on a macrame planter on my window rod, my window curtain rods. here that this Pothos enjoy is a very slow grower, but it does receive bright and direct light. And this vine here is trying to trail out. Trying. I can't wait for this plant to start vining down this beautiful macrame pot. All right, that is it. Thank you for joining, and until next time.